Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Augustus, and I'm back again with another episode of Tsukihime. And when we last left off, I promised that we would be getting a dead end this episode. And I will be doing just that as we push ourselves to go and see Arcueid. I'm happy she's so worried about me, but I can't break my promise with Arcueid. Yesterday, she waited 3 hours for me. That's not the whole reason, but with my usual anemia, I don't want to keep her waiting. Alright, I'll go to sleep for today. Saying that, I lie down. Really? You're not going to sneak out of the room later? Hey now, do you think I could sneak out in this shape? Yes, come to think of it, that is true. Akia breathes out and visibly relaxes. Hisui, tell Kohaku that Nisan is awake. Nisan, what about dinner? Oh, yeah. No, tell Kohaku I'm sorry, but I don't think I can eat right now. I'm just going to go to sleep. I understand. Then Hisui, tell Kohaku that. Still looking downcast, Hisui nods and leaves the room. Then I will go back to my room. If anything happens, please call for me. No matter what time it is, I'll come right away. Akia turns off the lights and leaves the room. Sorry, Akia. Saying that, I lift myself up. Good. Just lifting myself up causes my consciousness to swim. This isn't like my normal anemia. I know that, but I can't keep Arcueid waiting forever. Knowing her, even if I left her there, she'll wait forever. I wobble to my desk. I take my knife out of the drawer and put on my jacket. Dang, like this, I really won't be able to sneak out. I have to gather up my strength just a little more until I can at least run comfortably, or Hisui will find me and take me back to my room. Sorry, Arcueid. It looks like I'll be even later than last night. I sit down on the floor. 1 hour. If I rest for another hour, I'm sure I can leave. I make it to the park before midnight. In the end, even after waiting an hour, my body still hasn't recovered, so it took me an hour to get there. I pant heavily. As my chest heaves rapidly, I look around me. Night hangs over the park. Near the place we decided to meet, there's a white figure standing. I knew she'd be waiting. I let out a large breath. It seems like Arcueid notices I'm here. She walks straight towards me. Hey Shiki, it's already 2 hours past the agreed time. What were... She cuts off as soon as she sees my face. Hey, what's wrong, Shiki? Your face is so pale, I can't sense any life in you. I can't even sense life in you. This isn't normal. Yeah, my anemia acted up again. It happens like that every now and then. Nothing to be surprised about. More importantly, sorry for making you wait for 2 hours. No, I really don't mind, but Shiki, for you to come out in your condition is just weird. Even though she was really angry earlier, now it seems like she's really worried. I made a promise, didn't I? I said I'd help you, so I'm not going to skip out on you. That makes me happy, but Shiki, you don't seem to understand your body at all. You don't need to tell me that, Arcueid. I've been carrying this recurring anemia for 8 years now. I'm pretty sure I understand my body. No, you don't understand how unstable your life is. I sensed it earlier, but now I know clearly. Shiki, you are always standing close to death. I don't know if it's a reaction to your mystic eyes of death perception or not, but you are walking on the thin line in between life and death. Saying that your anemia this time isn't a big deal because it wasn't a big deal before is a big mistake. She looks directly into my eyes, coldly. Look, Shiki, your resistance to death by external means is higher than that of most people. That is probably because you've already faced death once before. But, on the other hand, you have almost no resistance to death from internal causes. That anemia of yours, it wouldn't be strange if you die from it. Seems a bit of a strange sounding sentence, though I think it's grammatically correct. It just reads a bit strange to me. What are you saying? Are you saying I'll get killed by something like a cold? Well, the Japanese flu is, well, known to be deadly. If all of the anime and manga that I've ever read and watched through the years is anything to say about it. Although not as deadly as Truck-kun, if we're being fair. Shiki, I'm trying to warn you seriously. I'm glad you came, but you have to think about your health first. So just go back for now and rest. She draws me closer to her. She really must be worried about me because she's totally defenseless as we get closer. Before I can pull back, her chest touches mine. Thump. My head is assailed with a different kind of dizziness than usual. All the things I didn't realize before, the softness of her breast, the whiteness of her skin, her beautiful golden hair, her womanly charm. Arcueid, please, get away. What, you're saying you can't trust the word of a vampire like me? Why are you saying that all of a sudden, idiot? There's no way I won't trust you. Liar. Then why can't you look at me? Could you get away from me because of a personal issue? I'm a guy, so if you get this close, it's a little troubling. Giving a small voice of surprise, Arcueid steps back. Whew. For the time being, the racking dual dizziness brought about by my anemia and Arcueid subsides. I guess she finally realized our sensation, and she looks at me embarrassedly. That idiot. Seeing her do that makes me think she's incredibly cute. This is troubling. I said stop. I mumble that quietly so not to be heard. Those words are not directed at her, but to me for being excited by her. There really is something wrong. No matter how pretty she is, she's a vampire. Just what am I thinking for getting something like that? Anyway, I'm not that beat to have you start worrying about me. Besides, if I was attacked like I was last night again, I might really die. So I can't take my time doing this. Shiki, what did you just say? I said I was attacked like I was last night again, I might really die. He is trying too, so we have to find him as soon as possible. Saying that, I suddenly remember. I forgot. Last night, I was attacked by one of those dead. Last night, after we parted, yeah. He was entirely wrapped in bandages. It was waiting for me by the mansion. Arcueid's expression suddenly turns serious. I can't believe it. How could you forget something so important? I couldn't help it. I've been through stranger things today. Oh well. More than that, please tell me in detail what happened, Shiki. And with serious eyes, Arcueid interrogates me on what happened. Let's see. I calm down and describe as clearly as I can what happened last night. But I don't tell her that the bandaged man was seeing the lines of death. That's probably a mistake. She trusts you more or less implicitly at this point, and you should probably do the same as her, for reasons. I can't prove it, so maybe it might have been just my mistake. Yeah, That's how it was. Finishing my explanation, I read Arcueid's expression. From when I started until now, her eyes remained sharp without any gentleness. The kerning on that gentleness is a bit odd. So what is it, Arcueid? That bandaged man and that person wearing those robes like some priest, are they enemies of yours? Yes, both of them are enemies. I don't know just who or what that bandaged man is, but that woman wearing those Catholic robes, I have an idea about. She narrows her eyes as if she was in a bad mood. No, she looks less like she was in a bad mood and more like she's irritated. I may know the person who helped you, Shiki. Man, if it's really her, she'll probably be able to find the enemy before us, or before me. She bites her lip vexedly. Wait a minute. I didn't say that person was a woman, though. No, there's no mistake. That woman is the only agent given authority to hunt heretic alone, and who uses black keys that combine the cremation rite and the steel shell effect. Her irritability is almost like hostility. Even when she spoke about Nero, her voice was never saturated with emotion to this extent. Arcueid, that person who helped me, is she a vampire? Of course not. She's a member of those who see vampires as their enemy. It doesn't exist in this country, but there is an organization that considers vampire or beastmen as heretics and goes around killing them. The one who helped you was the most troublesome of that kind, exorcists. But that's strange. The burial agency wouldn't have sent an agent this soon. Arcueid speaks softly to herself. I can't understand what the hell she's talking about. Exorcist? Like a priest or something? Eh? It's not wrong, but it's not quite right either. Well, it wouldn't take a long time to explain, so just know that for now there are those who go around exterminating vampires. She tells me to just understand, but more importantly, why did you fight? You said you'd team up with me, but you'd never say you fight by yourself. She glares at me. She seems seriously concerned about my safety. That's not fair, Shiki. Keeping it a secret, having all that fun by yourself, or not. Now, how did you jump to that insane conclusion? Huh? You weren't trying to hide your monopoly on prey from me? She says something so absurd with a straight face. Idiot, that's not it at all. Fighting him was just a turn of events. Just a turn of events. I don't plan to fight the dead or vampires without you. Oh? What kind of turn of events? My sense of justice as a normal person, or something like that. I kind of regret it now. Justice? She tilts her head as if to say, what's that? Yeah, I was painfully shown yesterday it was just a justification. Back then, when I realized there was a figure in front of me, there was only fear. That thing, that guy, I knew right away he wasn't normal, but all I could do was tremble. And then I brought out my knife to meet him and began a fight to the death. You can't kill someone using a cheap notion like justice. People kill to preserve their own life. That's the most primitive, simple logic of the beasts. That logic, at that time, if that person resembling Senpai hadn't come, I probably would have executed that action without hesitating. Arcueid. That person who came to help me, can you tell me a little bit more about her? There's nothing more to tell. She's an inquisitor for the church. What I said earlier, the group that's like a nemesis to all vampires. This burial agency, not so much exorcists as murderers. No, Killing machines are a specialized group responsible for dealing with heretics. I'm very surprised they took their eyes reach even in the far east. Arcueid crosses her arms while deep in thought. She looks devoid of emotion, entirely different from before. She's serious. She might be thinking more seriously about this than the enemy she's after. Arcueid, I don't quite understand, but those exorcists hunt vampires, right? Then aren't you their target too? I ask her that because I'm a little worried. Eh? Of course not. They are only natural enemies of the dead apostles. We don't fundamentally mess with each other, so there cannot even be a fight. But if she is who I think she is, then she has to be armed with the 7th Holy Scripture. There is the danger of her getting there first. Getting there first? I can't quite grasp what she's saying. I don't get the details, but it seems like Arcueid doesn't appreciate the emergence of this person who resembles Senpai entering the stage. Well, I guess it doesn't concern me. Well then, now that we're calmed down, shall we begin? I didn't come here for nothing, so maybe we should at least find one of the dead. Geez, what are you saying with such... Oh, I actually had those backwards. Geez, what are you saying with such a pale face? We got off topic because you said something weird, but didn't I tell you to pay more attention to your body? Arcueid glares at me. I didn't think she was before, but she does seem honestly concerned about me. Okay. Your body is more unstable than most people's, so if you don't rest at a time like this, you're risking your life. You pass out a lot, not because of anemia, but because your body understands it's in danger. Your body senses the danger before you do, so it stops working to prevent your body from getting any worse. For real? There's no reason for me to lie, right? Anyway, I warned you. Whether you believe me or not is up to you, Shiki. Up to me? Well, I don't think there's any reason for you to lie to me. As I speak, I sink deep into thought. I always thought I passed out because my body was weak from anemia, but now she's saying it's because my body is trying to protect me, like a safety switch? What is this? Anyway, we won't go investigating tonight. I don't think the enemy will reappear until his wound is healed, and if he appeared by your house without using the dead, that means he doesn't have any left. She says this all severely. If she says so, I can't argue. In the first place, it's impossible for me to go looking for vampires by myself. All right. If you say so, Arcueid, I'll rest for tonight. Yes, please do. Not only did you get attacked last night, but your body is so weak now. It'll be troublesome if you don't sleep tonight and return to your normal self by tomorrow. I see. It's true that I can't really help you in this condition. Okay, I'll get myself fixed by tomorrow. No, that's not it. It's boring talking to you when you're like this, so I just want you to be back to normal, that's all. She almost seems disappointed. I knew it was useless to try and understand her. I'll be heading back to the mansion. See you tomorrow, Arcueid. Raising a hand, I start to walk back. Hey, Shiki. Arcueid stops me. What? Is there something else? Should I escort you home? She averts her gaze and speaks hesitantly. In her own way, she really is worried about what happened last night. Thinking that, I guess it's not that bad. Oh. Before I can say yeah, I suddenly stop. Wait. Aren't you forgetting your vow you made just now, Shiki? No matter how pretty she is, Arcueid is a vampire. I can't forget that. If I relate myself to Arcueid more than necessary, I'll feel I crossed the line that I should never cross. Cut it out. I don't need to be worried about you. Don't do things that don't suit you, stupid. Yeah. Just a little. For an instant, Arcueid looks down, but then raises her head. Then see you tomorrow. Waving her hand goodbye energetically, the white-clothed vampire walks off into the darkness of the night. Nine. D-N-M. In my dream, I'm staring at the moon. I can't remember where I am or why I'm looking up at it. Maybe I looked up into the night sky with not wanting to see anything, and the moon happened to be there. This getting to this dead end is a bit longer than I thought. Oh well. I really don't want to split this into a separate video because I would mess up my saves. Because well, I don't really have much of an excuse. How I have my saves laid out for, backing up in case the recording fails and getting thumbnails and blah, blah, blah. My back creaks. Coursing through my veins is an image of coldness, a solitary darkness that makes me dizzy, a radiant moon that sickens my heart. Strange. The overwhelming coldness feels more like a sense of nostalgia. Shiki-sama? I could hear Hisui's voice mingling with the morning light. Shiki-sama, it is time. Please wake up. Her inflectionless voice awakens me. As soon as I wake up, terrible things enter my vision. I get a headache like I was just shot in the head. I almost lose my just awakened consciousness. Before I fade away completely, I quickly grab my glasses. Shiki-sama? Are you not feeling well? No, I'm just a little tired from yesterday. I'll be alright, so don't worry. Lightly shaking my head, I clear my head of what I was seeing. Last night, I forced myself to keep my promise with Arcueid, so my body isn't back to normal yet. Good morning, Hisui. Thanks for coming to wake me up, as always. Sitting up in bed, I do my best to smile naturally. No, this is my duty. There is no need for you to thank me, Shiki-sama. Really, but I am grateful. You were infinitely better than an alarm clock. I stand up. It's not yet 7 o'clock, about 10 minutes earlier than I normally get up. Breakfast? I'll be there soon, so please go ahead of me. Yes, I will wait for you in the sitting room. Giving a bow, Hisui exits the room. Well then. I'm still feeling a little sluggish, but it's not so bad that I have to skip school. I'm sure after I eat the breakfast Kohaku-san prepared, I'll feel a lot better. As usual, Akiya is sitting on the sofa and Hisui is waiting by the wall. Good morning, Nisan. Did you sleep well last night? Akiya greets me calmly as I enter the room. She doesn't know I left last night. Since she was so worried, I feel guilty for sneaking out. Yeah, good morning, Akiya. You're up early today, too. No, I'm like always. Nisan? As if reading my mind, she looks directly at me. Is there something on my face, Akiya? No, that isn't it, Nisan. Are you really alright? You still do not look well, so if you are still sick, maybe it is better if you just rest today. Oh, that's it. I relax, realizing she did not find out about last night. No, I'm really okay. I'll be better sooner or later, so please don't look so worried. Okay. If you say so, Nisan, then I will not say anything. She goes quiet, still looking worried. It's quite rare for you to be convinced this quickly. It's not like you. Hey, I'm always sensible. I only warn you because you're the one with the problems. So please do not blame me for your imperfections. She glares at me. Oh, that's more like it. Hey, Hisui, doesn't it not feel like morning unless Akiya gets harsh? Is it because I suddenly called out to her, or because she doesn't know what to say? Hisui neither confirms nor denies my statement. See? Look, Akiya, Hisui thinks so too. Don't be foolish. Hisui doesn't say anything because she is surprised. Wrinkling her forehead in a frown, Akiya glares again. Also, I've always wanted to say this, but you rely on Hisui too much. Didn't you tell us to rely on her? Whatever. You have been sleeping since yesterday, so it would have been fine if you woke up earlier. Didn't you just say to rest? But you always wake up late. Are you slacking off because Hisui does not say anything? What? You make it sound like I'm causing trouble for her. Not like. You are causing trouble for her. Hey, don't you think so, Hisui? Silence. Hisui doesn't say anything and stands there quietly. That silence, it speaks volumes. See, Hisui says she thinks so too. No way. She didn't say anything. Hisui is silent. But man, for somebody that's staying completely silent, she sure is saying a lot. But her silence feels like she's agreeing more with Akiya. I feel like it's now 2 against 1. Shiki-san, breakfast is ready. With great timing, Kohaku-san's voice echoes through the room. I'm gonna go eat. I quickly head towards the dining room. Those are, if looks could kill. And, well, never mind. I feel the silent pressure between the two of them behind me drilling into my back. If looks could kill. After breakfast, I head to the sitting room. Akiya isn't there, and Hisui is the only one standing. Huh? Akiya left for school already? Yes. It is also time for you to go to school as well, Shiki-sama. It's already 20 after? I guess I should get going soon. To be honest, I still don't feel too good, but I'm sure I'll return to normal soon. Sorry, Hisui, but could you get my bag from my room? I'm gonna go wash my face. As you wish. After getting all my preparations done, I leave the mansion. Holding my bag, Hisui sees me off at the entrance. I'll be going. I'm not sure when I'll be back, but probably by dinner. Yes, I will be waiting. She gives a silent bow. There's a trace of uneasiness in her face. Hisui, are you feeling sick? No, it is not me, but you do not appear well. I am unsure if it is a good idea to let you go. She speaks hesitantly. I'm all right. I don't feel great, but just a little heavy. Geez, both you and Akiya like to worry about a lot. Is that so? If it is just us, then that would be fine, but... Geez. I'll come back early today and rest, so that should be good, right? I won't overdo anything, so don't look like that. Yes. Forgive me, Shiki-sama. She still looks very worried. I'm off. I'll be better by the time I get back, so please relax. Shiki-sama. Yeah, this episode is going much longer than I like. I ignore her and leave the mansion. The image of Hisui watching me uneasily remains in my head. I head towards the school. It seems like this episode is going to be an extra special long one. I don't want to have episodes over 30 minutes regularly, but oh well. My feet are heavy and it feels like I'm in another person's body as I head down the hill. It's probably just the weariness from last night. Even though I thought I would recover right away, the sluggishness doesn't fade. It's 10 minutes until 8. The school's gate is flooded with arriving students. Ah. By the gate, I see a familiar figure. Ciel-sensei. It's a completely normal morning scene. But what I saw that time, if it wasn't for that, it would be a normal morning. Not even knowing what I plan on doing, I chase after Senpai. Senpai, I call after her. Oh, good morning, Tono-kun. It's strange meeting you out here. Yeah, I saw your figure from behind, so I ran after you, Senpai. There's something I wanted to ask. I sneak a look at her face. Yes, what is it? She faces me with her usual gentle smile. Senpai, 2 nights ago, were you near my house? In a black coat and a skirt flowing in the wind? What are you talking about? Well, yeah, the high-laced boots suited you. I was kind of fascinated. You looked really cool. Huh? Senpai tilts her head. She frowns like she doesn't understand my words completely, and then denies it. I don't quite understand, but you're saying that I was near your house 2 nights ago, looking like that? Yeah. Senpai, that was you, right? No way. Tono-kun, are you saying I really look like I have that much free time? Senpai is really angry. She can't be playing dumb or lying. No, that's not it, but I just saw someone that looked like you in the park last night, so you mean the night before... Wait, yeah. Senpai gives a sigh. No, the night before last, not last night. There's a bit of a translation error. Tono-kun, that wasn't me. I don't have that kind of hobby. Yeah, I know. I just wanted to ask. Certainly, after hearing her say that, she is right. Ciel-senpai and the other person from that night aren't related at all. In the first place, Senpai's just a normal person, and if she was actually there, she'd have to see me fight that bandaged guy with my knife. If she saw such a gruesome scene, there'd be no way we could talk normally like this. Sorry, please forget about it. I guess it was just someone else. That's fine, but did that person really look like me? That weird person? Well, I'm not too sure. It was dark and far away. Huh? Yeah, it was far. I couldn't make out her face. So why did I think it looked like Senpai? Maybe there is something wrong with me. I cross my arms and think. Then the 10-minute bell rings. Crap, we'll be late. Bye, Senpai. See you later. I dash into my classroom. It's still 5 minutes before class, so it's very noisy inside. Arahiko, hold on a tick, sorry about that. Arahiko isn't here. Knowing him, he'll probably come in around second period. This is much, much longer than I was thinking it was. Lunchtime. It looks like Arahiko's not coming. Inui Arahiko and Yumizaka Satsuki are the 2 people absent today. Yumizaka Satsuki has caught a cold or something, and she will be absent for a while. Senpai doesn't seem to be coming too, so I guess I'll eat by myself. I say that, but I'm not hungry. What is it? I didn't feel so good to begin with, but after coming to school, I feel a lot worse. It's not just my body feeling heavy. The scar on my chest is irritating. It's an annoying sensation. Maybe I shouldn't have come to school. For a brief moment, I see the worrying faces of Akiya and Hisui in my mind. Maybe the fact that I ignored Aki's wishes for me to rest last night and instead went to see Arcueid might have caused this. Being worn out by just sitting, I start to feel a strange uneasiness. Class has started already. Which class was it? Are we going to have a heart attack in class? I don't actually remember this bad end. I don't know if I maybe didn't see it or something. Or maybe I went with the second route, and I cannot remember this, actually. I can't remember today's 5th period lesson. Even though I look at the blackboard and stare at the marks left behind by the teacher's chalk, I still don't know what class this is. I can't read it. The letters start to flow like water and mix together like some sort of hallucination. I need to stop bouncing my foot. I feel like I'm going to throw up. Dizziness. My mind starts to slide away. Click, click, tremble, tremble, creak, creak, wobble, wobble. Those noises stick out. Incompatibility. Where is that inconsistency coming from? I can't settle this feeling of something being out of place throughout my body. It fills me to the brim. As if my bones were sliding out of place in their joints. Yes, since my joints are out of place, it causes the unnatural feeling. My corpse is burning unseen smoke and crumbling away. Click, click, tremble, tremble, creak, creak, wobble, wobble. I fall from my chair. A girl screams. I hear the footsteps of the teacher running to me. Even though I've completely passed out, I calmly watch myself from far away. What follows is like always. Collapsed from my anemia, I was carried to the clinic where I slept until I recovered. Since I had a fever of over 38 degrees Celsius past 7 o'clock, the school's closing time, the nurse called my house for someone to pick me up and went home. And this resulted in... Are you okay, Shiki-san? You still have a fever, so please do not hesitate to lean on my shoulder. Kohaku in casual clothing. Yeah, that's how it is. No, I'm alright. I can at least walk, so please don't worry. Stepping away from Kohaku-san, I attempt to bluff my way out of it. Jeez. It's embarrassing enough for Kohaku-san to come pick me up. The day I lean on her shoulders too, I'll die. Oh, that's not good, forcing yourself like that. It isn't your fault that your body is weak, Shiki-san. So you can ask for help a little. I won't tell Akiya-sama or Hisui-chan, so it's okay to depend on me for now. What a gentle smile, or with a gentle smile, she takes my hand. Yes, sorry. Blushing furiously, I meekly do as she says. Certainly, I might collapse if I continue to be stubborn. There is a car waiting outside, so please hold on until then. Pulling my hand, Kohaku-san starts to walk. Just bumped my desk. This isn't good. Just walking makes me incredibly dizzy. I depend upon Kohaku-san to lead me to the stairwell as I hold on to my consciousness. I really don't remember this ending. Why am I going up to the 2nd floor? Kohaku-san, this isn't the right way. I call out to her. There's no response. No, not only that, I don't feel her hand or even see her. Kohaku-san? I use all of my foggy consciousness to look around me. There's no one in the hallway. Only the moonlight streaming from the window is vivid. It comes suddenly. The sound of my heartbeat. A chill that races up my spine. Thump, tap, thump, tap, thump, tap, thump, tap, thump, tap, thump, tap, 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 tap. In the darkness, the footsteps draw closer. This is similar to the fear I felt from that one time. Kohaku-san. I call her name. Not to call for help, but to tell her to escape. I frantically call her name. Kohaku-san. 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 Where is she? I don't see her anywhere. The footsteps are near me now. At least, I want Kohaku-san to escape here unharmed. It's useless, Shiki. She's already done. I hear a voice. In the darkness in front of me is the bandaged man who tried to kill me that night. Why is it I feel like I know this person's face? You sure aren't lucky. If it was like this, I wouldn't have waited for you in front of the mansion. The footsteps draw closer. I try to move, but I can only toiter along. I guess I pushed my body too hard every day. It seems like my body at the very last moment broke down. This is the end, so I'll tell you. This is my lair now. I hear a stabbing sound. In his hands, a knife. The silver blade pierces directly into my heart. I collapse to the ground. I feel death working its way from my very fingertips. My mind fades away, drop by drop. In that process, with my fading mind, I look up at the sky. I have nowhere else to look, so I just look there. The blue moon is in the night sky. How stupid. I'm about to die, but I am charmed by such an ordinary thing. When is this memory from? In a forest like a black veil. On that terrible night. Just like this, I was staring only at the moon. And that is the dead end. That was much longer than I thought it was going to be. But we take Ciel-sensei's lesson. Yes, I will extend the length of this episode even more. Teach me, Ciel-sensei. Hello. The hint corners for the poor lost Tono-kun who ended up in a dead end without knowing his left from his right. It's time for Teach Me, Ciel-sensei. I see. You have come to the 5th period. I think there are lots of Tono-kuns who fell into this end. Well, it is your divine punishment. Regret your own unluckiness for associating with such a woman. Why? You're not one to talk, Ciel. After all, your goal from the beginning was always... Now then, normally there would be no chance of salvation, but some of you came here in spite of rejecting that Sunny vampire. Sunny, even though she's a vampire, I'm picking a fight. So, I'll throw out a lifeboat. There are about 3 reasons you came to this dead end, but to avoid it, you have to reassure your sister sometimes, you have to indulge a stupid woman's selfishness sometimes, and to find a dirty vampire, try going to a very dirty place. That's about it. Hey, Ciel, I don't get this. Question denied. Or I'd like to say, but there seem to be many questions on this, so I will answer it. D&M is... D is for dizzy, N is for not healthy, M is for moon. It is the same initials as Dark Night Moon. It's a small play on words. I don't get it. I see, that's weird. Why that little... Well, this ends the lesson this time. Everyone, please remember to use proper Japanese. Okay, and that is the end of this episode. So next time we will see what actually happens, what we're actually supposed to do to avoid that bad end, and, well, to see the progression of the story and firmly entrench ourselves into the 3rd act of this route. Well, I hope to see you all next time.